Pardon the silence, but I like to give it a minute or two or three or four or however many it takes for viewers to make themselves present. Let me start by asking a question. What um, other topics would you like me to discuss besides Iron Man and Marvel? Because in time, I hope that I can chat about things that aren't Marvel, such as anime, um, video games. My original intention for this channel was that it be about taking myself and placing me into a fictional world as an existing character or an original character, as a fictional version of myself. And I would still like to do that, but because Marvel is always going to be popular, and I believe that things like Iron Man are always going to be popular. That's why I went with him um, as part of my as part of my topics. Thank you to those who left 2 likes. I have 3 ideas in mind for what I could talk about this go around. But perhaps that should be saved for another time. All right, you just earned yourself that. Okay. Getting back to it, was going to talk about at least 3 possible what if um, ideas, crossovers. One was going to be what if Tony Stark was in the world of Power Rangers and became a mentor of a team of them. I don't know if anyone would be interested in that, but that's an idea I had. I had also in the past had the idea to talk about an a Iron Man and Full Metal Alchemist crossover. It's difficult because with Tony Stark, you kind of want to keep him Iron Man in some fashion, meaning somebody who revolves around technology and science in some way. So I don't think he would work in, say, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. I mean, it might be hilarious to put him into Game of Thrones because his last name is Stark, but I don't I don't think that would work at all. And seeing as technology doesn't exist, what we know as technology doesn't exist in that world. Um, unless somebody wanted me to talk about how quickly Tony in the Iron Man suit would just eviscerate every enemy in his path and destroy the White Walkers. Um, although now that I think about it, the Night King might prove to be an interesting foe depending on what suit he had at the time. Um, I don't really see him having difficulty in destroying the Night King, but the Night King didn't follow the same exact rules as the White Walkers did. For example, he was not susceptible to dragon fire. He seemed to be either immune or in possession of magic that allowed him to guard himself from it, against it, rather. So yes, it is difficult to keep coming up with ideas, and that's part of the reason why I want to go beyond him and talk about other characters from other series and or franchises, but I'm not sure how to without potentially losing the momentum that I've had. Um, Perhaps I need to figure out how the algorithm actually works and learn how to manipulate it to my advantage. Which hopefully I will do in time. So maybe for now, maybe what I'll do for now is I'll always talk about Iron Man, but I'll include another character or two in that as well, just to change things up a bit. So, just give me some time to think here, people. Um, and I should hopefully come up with something very soon. I just had a thought. What if I did a crossover where a character from another franchise is swapped with Tony Stark as Iron Man? Could that be interesting? Fun? It would be what I think would be most interesting is how the armor would differ depending on the character who's in that role. Unfortunately, my mind is drawing a blank on characters that could fit. So I'm trying to think of a non-Marvel, non-DC character who would have the know-how to become Iron Man if given access to the same resources and wealth and influence that Tony Stark had. And that's tough, of course, because you pretty much can only think of someone who's both a scientist and incredibly wealthy. Well, actually, no. I take that back. Okay. So, fictional scientists. I just had a really weird idea. And I'm going to bring it up because it's so weird and so unique. Who here has, well, who here has heard of the Americanized version of Kamen Rider known as Masked Rider? I know it's super silly. It's vastly different from Kamen Rider. There's almost no similarities besides the fact that the main character wears one of the Kamen Rider suits. But it still holds a place in my heart. It's probably an objectively bad series, but I still enjoy it from time to time. To a degree, even more so than the Power Rangers. Now, in the series Masked Rider, the main character is named Dex. And he is an alien from another planet. He would kind of remind you of a Kryptonian in that he's seemingly human, except for the fact that he possesses certain powers. Now, he's nowhere near as strong as Superman. He can't fly. He can't. He doesn't have any powers that are akin to Superman's. But he does have psychic abilities. And he also comes from a world that is knowledgeable about advanced technology. So what if Dex was Iron Man? Actually, no. Better idea. I want to apologize, by the way, for this stream being so poor. My mind being all over the place and there not being a single bit of focus. I can't believe I forgot this character existed. Billy Cranston from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. What if he was thrust into the Marvel Universe with the education that Tony has, that Tony had, the knowledge that Tony had, the money that Tony had, and the same upbringing that Tony had? So we could make it more interesting by saying that Billy is transported to that world from his own, having been a former Power Ranger. And so when he is given access to all of this money, when he becomes the founder of a massive company and he builds the Iron Man suit, having created some of the Zords that the Rangers used, I wonder what he would do with the Iron Man suits. Would he try to build a suit that's less of an armor and more akin to what he had as the Blue Ranger? Um, Again, I must apologize. My mind seems to be incredibly foggy at the moment, which is why I will likely um, remove this stream once it's done, because I don't think anybody's going to want to watch this after the fact. We'll just call this a failed stream, and I'll try again. Because even though I'm not professional, and even though I trail off, you all deserve so much better than what I'm giving you right now. It frustrates me greatly that I can't seem to think of anything. So you know what? Let's just call it. This will be a failed stream. Thank you to those who liked this stream. the viewers who turned up even for a short period of time. I will make this up to all of you in the next stream I do. Not the morning one, but the evening one. And with that, if you haven't done so and would like to, please consider liking the stream or liking it when it becomes public. Commenting and subscribing. This is Black Angel turning it over to a legend to sign us out. The truth is, I am Iron Man.